Good afternoon from Colonia del Sacramento. Yeah, 2 days touring around this lovely old town, which I said in the previous video, 1680. Anyway, let's move on. You may be able to see the boat in the distance. That just arrived from Buenos Aires. If you want to catch a boat to get to Argentina, 1 hour 20 on that, I don't know, it's like a catamaran. That's how long it takes. So the way you get into this town, bus transport in Uruguay is fantastic. Buses are great. Argentina, forget putting a bicycle on a bus, they won't allow it. So first thing we're going to look at today, look at that, you might see it in the distance. I'll just hang on, I'll have a look. Colonial train station. Everything's called Colonia, but it's Colonia del Sacramento, and this is the train station. It opened in 1901, same everywhere in the world, and ceased operating in 1985. I personally feel that when a country's starting to have struggle financially, first thing to go, railways. That's shown in Argentina, where they don't exist except for the rich, and now they don't exist in Uruguay as far as my research has shown. So that is the first site we're looking at on our 2 days of walking around Colonia. We shall continue on and have a look at some of the old sites that date back to 1680. Oh, here comes another ship. Load of tourists from Buenos Aires. Now I thought I'd just show you this wall. I actually got up on the other side, a bit silly, and walked along this wall. Now the wall is not original. A lot of the stuff in this whole city has been rebuilt again. You know, because it was, I think Portuguese had it, when then the Spanish took over, they knocked things down. It's just the way it is everywhere. Someone's got something, someone wants it, they just take it. Now a bit of research on these alleyways. Some reports say that the stones were laid in the early 1800s. Some of the houses, not these because they're pretty flat, are also built 1700s. And now I'm going to see if I can climb up to the top of the watchtower. There we go. I think, okay, the lighthouse behind me, 1855. What is the old site that it's built in? It was built in the ruins of a convent, Sister Xavier. Xavier, I think that's how you pronounce it. Who cares? But we're going to the top. 2 o'clock, opens in about 2 minutes. Let's see the view from the top. Now if you're claustrophobic, don't do this. Don't try this at home. But 120 steps. Got a handrail to grab onto. Should be a walk in the park. Oh, I haven't looked what it's like from halfway. Okay, final hurdle. Ladders. And I've heard it before. Freaking mozzies. Sí. Right, we made it to the top. Now you get to see this view over the city. Quite spectacular. What I will have a look at later is the church. That's another thing I want to see. Isn't this beautiful? Everyone loves to get high up, have a good view. That's a harbour. Two ladies, don't you know? Well, you know. And there's some of the walls down there that we just walked over. Spectacular. Right, pretty strict on what we do and how long we spend up here. Now if you want to come up here to the light tower, 1855, I think I've said that before, it will cost you 35 Uruguayan pesos, which is about $1.50. Well worth it. Cheapest thing I've done so far. And I think, I'm not sure with the GoPro 12 how good it is, but right in the distance is Buenos Aires. Alright, I think nearly finished up the top here. That's enough. Okay, going down, heading to the church. See? I got to the church. Am I going inside? Not a hope in hell. Not going to happen. I'm sure that is great music and has appealed to some people, but not me. I prefer pink. Or oh, look at this, Taylor Swift. Don't you just love that? You know, this is the only shirt you can wear and not have to wash it. Day in, day out, for 3 weeks. Isn't that amazing? Must be in the material. Alright, we're going to go back. Quite an impressive church. You might see what they say here. It might give us a bit of a clue as to when it was built. Here we go. Built by the plans, 1808. Brick vault. 3 windows. Okay. Alright, 1841. And then in 1957, there was more repair works going on. Anyway, look at that. Over 200 years old. That's impressive. Alright, that's enough history for today. So you got to be careful, because if you use someone else's music, it could be copyright. Ha! Terrible. Okay, let's continue on. Good morning. Day 2 of our travels around Colonia del Sacramento, and now I'm at a place which I've always wanted to visit, and that is, it's called, I will just read it out, Plaza de Torres. This building, which I'm going to take you around, was built in 1909, first bullfight, 1910, and then 1912. It was then banned across the entire country. But the first bullfight in Uruguay, I'm just going to read this here, was held in Montevideo in 1761. Bullfighting, that's totally inappropriate nowadays anywhere in the world. So we're going to go outside now and we're going to take a nice look around the Plaza de Torres and see what it's like inside. I can add, while I'm just leaving one of the rooms, that they have concerts on here now, and the concert, which would have been fantastic to see, but we won't be in the country, is someone who can sing, and his name is Placido Domingo. Now, I think I have to walk up steps. Not sure. Okay, we'll go back. I'm going to walk up, get the lift up to the next level, and have a bit of a view, and then we can go right to the very top. So if you're out in Colonia del Sacramento, check out their website, because they've got some great concerts coming up. Or 6 months down the road if you're here. Well worth the visit. So let's see. Right, top level, Plaza de Torres. I think it would be amazing back in those days to be sitting here, bulls out there going crazy, and the bullfighter comes out and tries to kill the bull. Okay, all right. People get their jollies in certain ways in life, not mine, but it would have been one hell of a spectacle. Now, they say it's the best bull ring in the world, but that's a local saying. 100 metres wide, down on the grass. 50 metres. So I thought, even though it's only 100 years old, it's still fairly impressive. Now, we rode 5 kilometres to see this. The good thing is, we're going to go back into town and we're going to have a tailwind smug us up the river end and get us back in there. One more thing to see. That is it. And then later on I'll tell you what we've got planned for the next 3 days. Look at that. Good. Alright. We're going to go back down to our bikes. Just make our way down here. Oh, I was going to show you something too. Here we go. So if you're back here, I thought I'd come and get the correct date. 20th of April 2015, you'll get to hear one of the greatest singers of all time. I've gone back into this room. That's the main bullfighter. What's interesting is it says that if these bulls the bulls could not be used for breeding, and therefore basically if they were a bad performer, means that they acquired bad habits, they couldn't be used again. And guess this, if you couldn't perform in the ring, you were castrated. Well, that's something for everyone. Don't perform, castration. All right, I'm going back into town for a coffee. All right, thought we'd just do a bit of filming on the outside. Like the helmet, don't have to wear a helmet in Uruguay, but only because we're going such a short distance, I never really worried about it. Now all those bricks on the outside there that you can see, that's all through the restoration work that was finished in 2021. So you're probably thinking, well, that's not 100 years old. Well, you're right, it's 3 or 4 years old, the restoration. Now we're going to try and find this pier or wharf, because when they opened this back in 100 years ago, they had a wharf which had the train line on it, and when people come from Buenos Aires catching the steamer across to Colonia, they provided a steamship running along the foreshore up here. And also, this was neat, I did some more research, in that stadium, oh here we go, horse track, that's what we like. I'll just show you a bit of that. Yep, get on a horse with a strap, beat the living crap out of it, but that's okay, you're allowed to do that. And what, you can't stick a spear into a bull that's going to end up being castrated? What's wrong with this world? All right, here we go, there's a gaucho. That is a gaucho. Okay, we'll try and find the wharf. Steamship, that's probably dead and buried. Well, that's a bit of interesting trivia. Great. Let's continue on. Right, finally back in town. This is the last thing I need to see to end our time in Colonia del Sacramento. And it's this rampart here. Now, built in 1745, pretty impressive. Destroyed when the Spaniards took over, and then the king then decided, I want everything demolished. It was the top section. That's currently in a museum in Portugal when they took over control. So the whole wall was destroyed, and it only stood basically where I'm walking over now was the height. The rest was completely pulled down by presidential decree. So now we've finished our time in Colonia del Sacramento, enjoyed our rest. First time we've seen tourists, that's impressive. So we've learned a lot. Learned about dangers of bullfighting, what can happen. Ate a heap of cake, pizza, burgers, fries. We've had a good time. But this is the last time we're going to mention this. Mosquitoes. I cannot get over how many mosquitoes they've got. So I hope you enjoy this little short video of our time here. Our bikes are ready. We hope to be on the road by 10 o'clock tomorrow. We've only got a 60k ride, so hopefully you join us for our 3-day ride to end our holiday to Montevideo. Until tomorrow, we'll see you out on the road.